At Brooklyn Lab, we believe every student is different, and thus needs a different educational experience. Personalized Math, our assessment for learning program, fosters procedural fluency, builds conceptual understanding, and emphasizes worthwhile applications of those math concepts. This is possible because we focus on the core work of the grade and collect and interpret ongoing data to drive our instruction. Cortex, our next-generation learning platform, enables us to weave together learning progressions from one grade to the next by introducing and then building up knowledge of mathematical concepts. Mr. Hagino is tutoring a small group of 9th graders. The students in a class are divided into small groups using data from NWEA MAP, an assessment administered in the first weeks of school. The data from MAP, as well as other online assessments such as ZEAL, informs Mr. Hagino that his students are generally working at a 6th grade level. He decides to focus on ratio thinking, a foundational concept for high school. The previous week, all students in this group completed work on 6RPA1. The grade map shows that 6RPA2 is next. He examines the learning progression map from North Carolina State, known as SUDS, to access an investigation aligned to 6RPA2 that he will lead with his students. At the end of Monday's work, students take an exit assessment on 6RPA2 on Illuminate. Mr. Hagino sees that Shahar and Nina have not mastered the standard. This is consistent with his classroom observations. Shahar and Nina seem to be missing some foundational concepts. Suspecting that Shahar and Nina have not mastered the standard because of insufficient understanding of prerequisites, Mr. Hagino reviews Jason Zimba's coherence map at Achieve the Core to determine what standards need to be understood in order to access instruction of 6RPA2. There he sees that students will need to understand a 4th grade operations and algebraic thinking standard and 2 5th grade fractions standards. On Tuesday, Mr. Hagino leads Nina and Shahar in a rigorous task aligned to one of those standards. While Mr. Hagino teaches Nina and Shahar, the other students in the small group begin self-directed learning. Each of them logs into Cortex to determine which standards they still need to master. Then they begin work on the playlist for the standard they have chosen. As they progress through the playlist, they encounter a variety of resources, including direct instruction from LearnZillion and Virtual Nerd, manipulative tools in Woot Math and Conceptua, and practice problem sets in Khan Academy and BuzzMath. At the end of each playlist, they make a request in Cortex for a summative assessment, which Mr. Hagino approves, sending them to Illuminate. At the end of the day, Mr. Hagino administers an exit assessment of Shahar and Nina. He sees that Shahar has mastered the content, and he releases the scholar to independent exploration on appropriate Cortex playlists. He sees that Nina is still having trouble with one of the 5th grade standards, 5NFB3. On Wednesday, he decides to have Nina work on the prerequisite standards, 3OA-A1 and 2, and 3OA-B6 in ZEAL. He knows that if Nina struggles with the content, the site will assign her a remote tutor who will demonstrate the work. At the end of Wednesday, Mr. Hagino sees the data showing that Nina is ready to move on with the rest of the group. Before heading home, he heads to a math team meeting to work with his colleagues to prepare to teach the lesson to the whole group. Personalized Math will work alongside grade-level integrated math. Together, these approaches will rapidly recuperate student skills while ensuring that they accelerate high school and Regents credit earning.